Greetings. Welcome to week 2 of Biology, Environmental Studies, Geography 330, Geographic Information Systems at Sable Institute. Joseph Kursky here, your instructor. This week's theme is space, place, and time. Perfect. Humans are place-based and space-based creatures, aren't we? We live not only in specific places on the planet and occupy those spaces, but we are tied to place beyond the physical part. Place is something as fundamental to us as music or relationships. Think about the place or places where you grew up. You can probably give every detail of your own neighborhood, the local park or wetland, the vacant lot behind your best friend's house, the walk to school, and much more, right? Even though it may have been years since you grew up. Now, in our readings and videos, we'll start with space, place, and time. Then we'll talk about location. We'll talk about geocoding, latitude and longitude, and how we reference things on the planet, directions, coordinate systems, and how it all fits into GIS. We'll talk about map projections. How do we represent this three-dimensional Earth, this oblate spheroid? It's a little wider around the equator than it is around the pole, so it's a little bit squashed this way. It's not a perfect sphere. How do we represent that in mapping and GIS? We'll also talk about scale, resolution, accuracy, precision, the cartographic process. Cartography is the science of map making. Defining the purpose of our maps, abstraction, generalization. Remember, maps are representations of reality. They're not reality. They're representations of spaces and places. We'll talk about color, generalization, designing a map layout, classification methods, ethics in GIS. This is all bound up in ethics and decision making. So it's important that we talk about that. Now, our space, place, and time hands-on activities will start with the Human Development Index. Human Development Index. We'll talk about choropleth maps, number of classes, color. We'll examine a data set about health, and we'll also map isolines, lines of equal variable of something. We'll also investigate some 3D globes, 27 largest cities, the 600 largest cities, global population using a 3D globe, and understanding filtering. That's a key concept in GIS. We'll also talk about cartograms, how to represent data by distorting areas on maps into cartograms. I think you'll find that fascinating. I know I do. And then we'll also look at some Sentinel-2 satellite imagery to examine Earth changes, again, over space and time. GIS, put your web maps to the test. Let your fingers do the tapping and do your very best. Okay, we'll see you in week 2.